Alright, first thing I want to do is just show you this observation tower. And like I said, this is about 40 feet. You can't get to the very tip top, so you're at this point right here. So just to give you an idea of where I'm going to be filming from, I meant to take a video of the observation tower. So really it's only about 40 feet tall, 50 feet at the most. So I'm only getting a little height. I'm not getting a lot of height. So again, this is where I'm going to be videotaping from an observation tower. And it's kind of hard to say how far from Bayport I am, but I am further inland. I'm going to say approximately 3/4 to a mile from Bayport. Okay. I want to show you this out on the horizon here. Lower my camera down. Zoom out here. You see all those lines out there? Those are plane trails. I see them quite a bit in the mornings. And I can show you this other spot over here. Let's zoom back up here. Zoom out a little bit. And you can see these. These are older plane trails, Chem-trails. And I didn't come up here to videotape this, but you know, when you get out here and you start looking around and you see all these straight lines in the clouds on the horizon going in every which direction, these aren't natural. These are not natural clouds. And I saw these earlier right here. Again, you can see these straight line clouds. These aren't clouds. These are chemtrails. And these are from planes flying at high altitudes over and above everything. Over the real clouds. It's kind of hard for me to see right now whether these are coming in, but I can see these. I mean, it's kind of foggy this morning, so, but hopefully you can see these right here too. I mean, they come all out of the horizon and go in every which direction. I mean, it's kind of crazy, you know, when people talk about chemtrails, but let me tell you, these ain't natural things. And you see this one that's going at the top of my screen here, if I can get it. I'll zoom in on it a little bit. Let me adjust my camera upward. And it goes across the sky here. And I should have just turned my whole camera. As you can see these, it is kind of disturbing. That I'm seeing this stuff in the sky. Let me turn my camera back around and try to level it out a little bit. And I'm going to zoom in on the moon that's out today, out this morning. There it is. I mean, it's almost see-through too, which is, well, it is kind of funky. Okay. I brightened up my screen a little bit so you can actually, a little more light in here, but as I zoom in, it's interesting to see how some of the moon kind of blends into the sky. And I'm not going to stay on this long, but you know, I said there's the lower half of the moon. You know, and this here is up in blue sky. And if I lower my camera down, I'm trying to zoom in on some other chemtrails that were out here this morning. There's some right here. And there are always these straight lines. And again, that's really not natural. Trying to straighten out my camera a little bit. Instead of moving around, I'm going to just move my camera here. And again, you see these clouds. They're off in the distance, and there's even more underneath, and you see them right there, and they're all straight. So these trails just go all the way across the sky on us, quite a bit of the sky, and then they blend in and create these clouds. I mean, look at this right here. See how straight they all are? That is ridiculous. So I'm assuming last night they were doing a lot of chemtrailing, because my skies were all yuck last night. I mean, yuck. Everything was yuck. I'm going to turn toward the north here too. And there's our sun. You can see that the sun and the moon are out at the same time. It's really, I mean, we've been seeing it for years, but really probably never paid much attention to it. And then you have these clouds. I'm actually right underneath the sun right here. So I just feel like they were trying to block the sun out for some reason this morning. And now I'm going to go northward. And let's see if I can't zoom in on some of these that I see, if you can see them. There they are. And some more straight clouds. Okay. And these are off in the horizon. They're right out on the edge. I hope they come out on my camera good. It's kind of hard to know what settings to set for a camera. And then I'm going to turn a little bit more here because there's some more over here. These are like two little car tracks. And just a little bit more. And all these higher clouds seem to be all yucky. I mean, if you just stood up here and looked around, you know, you'd say, ooh, you know, kind of cruddy looking sky. But this is why. Because these clouds, or these chemtrails, turn into these thin, higher altitude clouds that just muck up the sky. Just makes everything just all mucky. And it makes the sun, when you look at the sun through them, it just flares the sun all up. There was a lot of fog this morning too, so that was also interesting to see all that much fog. And I mean, not that it doesn't. Now see here, I'm going to try to catch this plane, because this plane is flying by, and it ain't putting out anything. I don't know if I can catch up to it. I mean, it's hard to find these things in the sky when they're not putting out any trail, because you have nothing to follow them by, and I'm not going to be able to find this thing. Okay, so I'm sorry, but that plane was not putting out anything. It wasn't putting out anything. But see, to me, I've lived in Florida all my life. These are real clouds. These are storm clouds. So, you know, those are true clouds right here. And they're all being lit up on this side. Why? Because the sun is at my back. But I'm pointing southwest, which is interesting. A little more maybe south, but southwest. Alright. I am going to zoom out here to the horizon. You see some of those clouds that are out there. Excuse me. Up early again this morning. And those aren't clouds. That's the water. And then somewhere in there is where it meets the sky. And there's my bird rack. Okay. I was getting that bird rack. And those are just two signs out there that the sun is gleaming off of. Rock piles marked. And that is a boat. And he looks anchored. And there goes another boat. There's another boat. I'm going to try to level my camera out a little bit better. So bear with me. I'm doing this all by eyeball. And what I see going on here is this white in the water is actually just a reflection of, because of the angle that I'm on, I'm reflecting up and catching these clouds. Okay. I'm going to try a different setting. Bear with me. Focus it in just a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell. Here's where he's sitting at. And it's kind of hazy out there a little bit this morning. But you can see these boats. See the sun shining off of whatever chrome or whatever glass is on that boat. Another boat. I don't know what that is. There's another boat. Further away. go up here, the smaller these boats get, because they are farther away from me. And there's the edge of a landmass. I'm going to go back this way. And no, I don't have my camera 100% leveled. Different distances out. Okay. You can tell that that boat right there is way farther out, and I'm at full zoom, is way farther out than that boat. And that boat's out farther than this boat. Let's see if we can get one a little closer. These guys are out in different distances, but they're fairly close to each other. And I'm going to zoom back in. And I'm going to camera over this way. Zoom in right here. I'm going to be a little blurry until I focus it. Try to focus it as best as possible. That boat's going across, and I believe this boat right here is going farther out. He's going slower, so he's going farther away. The ones that cut straight across are ones that are just coming across the horizon. This guy's going farther out to the horizon. Let's see if I can focus on him just a little bit better too. And you can see how the sun is shining off of this boat. And I mean, it's just gleaming off of it. And the sun shining on a white object will, you know, all that light being reflected off of it kind of distorts the boat. How's that for an explanation? I'm going to follow this boat. He is moving slow, but he actually might be moving faster than I think he is. He's just going farther away from me. So we ought to see him getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So let him come through the screen. And it looks like a pretty good sized boat. It's not that windy this morning, so hopefully I can get some good video. Should try to see if I can't turn this, take some of the light off of this boat, but I don't think I will be able to get too much light off of it. And just to give you a distance, I'm shooting under this power line here. It's a little sliver that I get to shoot into. And that power line ain't level, it's got a dip to it, so I can't use it for the horizon. That ain't even all the way back, but you get back out on them. Probably have to refocus my camera. Go the right way. That's why sometimes I think I can see the boats up on that horizon, because they're gleaming the sun off of it. Just acting like a light reflection. And this boat is definitely just going farther away. And we're going to just see him just melt into its own reflection. Just like the sun does on the horizon. And right here you can actually see the mirroring effect. You can see the bottom mirrored image upside down from the boat on the top. But you see all the distortion in there caused by the light shining off of his white boat. Oh, here we got a plane flying through the sun. Huh? Isn't that wild? Leaving a trail right over the sun, pretty much. Pretty much. Strange, even though I think these boats are, seem to be heading west, they seem to be heading a little north too. My camera lens seems to be level straight out too. Give or take a tiny degree or two. I only got 4 minutes left on this, so might have to start up again. Don't seem like I get too many comments on my boat videos. You know, maybe people just don't understand them. Understand why you're seeing what you're seeing and the difference between a mirage and a real boat. You're not hallucinating. You're not seeing things. This thing ain't somehow being propelled up into the air by Lord knows what. Trying to give you some bullshit explanation of what you're seeing out on the horizon. And you know, when you zoom out there with a zoom camera, you can actually see a lot better. Much faster boat. Let me see if I can't click it a couple times to get a little better focus. Kind of hard to tell. I do have the sun blaring into my screen behind me. It's really hard to tell. I think that's about as best as I can get. But remember, you know, when they're out there on the water, the mirroring of the water mirror is actually helping distort the boat too. It's like going into the house of mirrors. You know, the water itself is not a perfect mirror because it's got ripples and waves, so it's going to have a little distortion to its own reflection. So its reflection is going to be distorted, but the boat above it, it isn't, but it's getting distorted by the atmosphere. Hopefully that explains a little bit too of what I see. Also see these clouds behind me, just kind of making a big cloud now. Sorry, not too far. Shit, we got this thing on fast. There. I don't know, maybe they're feeding these clouds. Maybe they're spraying our bug asses. Who knows? Who knows? But there's a kayaker right here in front of me too. And we're down to 9 seconds. I'm gonna try to get a little less light in there. And again, when they get out so far, it's hard to get a good focus on it. I'm trying. Well, I could try infinity and autofocus on it. Let's see what happens with that. he flies into that big pile of crap. Okay. Zoom back out. I didn't come out here to catch chemtrails, but being that they're spraying a lot of these, thought I'd show them to you. See those clouds that I'm seeing right there? Them ain't clouds. That's geoengineering. What I want to do, hopefully, show you this, how those clouds right there are going to blend in with these chemtrails. And I think they're just chemtrails blending into chemtrails. So, you know, you see them all out here. There's more. Oh. Let me go up here and I'll catch this one. See where they went right through the clouds. Through the chemtrails, I should say. And look at all them lines. I mean, those are lines. Those aren't clouds. I mean, look at this. You can see that that's obviously a chemtrail. Planes are leaving them. Okay. So again, I don't normally do the chemtrail things, but I am keeping an eye in the sky. And let me turn around and show you behind me too. Well, they just keep flying over, flying over, flying over. There goes another plane that's going by, ain't leaving nothing out its rear end. I'm sure, you know, people that are watching this, if you ever go outside and you watch, you'll see a plane fly by and not leave a shit, nothing out of it. Then you'll see another plane fly by and it'll leave a contrail. Then you see these planes fly by and they leave this shit all the way across the sky. Are they polluting us? What are they doing? What is it? I mean, why should some planes leave nothing? Some planes just leave a contrail, and other planes leave chemtrails. Chemtrails, chemtrails. We don't like the chemtrails. I'm going to turn back around this way and show you over this here, and there's another plane right over here. I don't know if you can see it, but here he is. Another one. Flying by. And just shitting all over this guy. Now, what in the hell is with these people? Again, my, you know, no fear tactics here, people. I don't believe in that, but awareness of what's going on. And here's even more. And like I said, they all blend into this crappy thin clouds above us. And this is what they do. They just blend in. Now, who's causing the greenhouse effect? I would probably say that it's these planes. They call it geoengineering. I call it creating the greenhouse effect, causing the global warming. Even though they say that with this geoengineering they're trying to save the world, I say bullshit. They're trying to kill the world. So, what do you think about that? You know, are you trying to save us or kill us? One or the other. I'm going to shoot out here to this horizon west of me. I'm going to go underneath the sun. The sun's pretty bright, pretty bright. But I'm going to turn the light down a little bit so I can take some of the glare off of the sky. Okay, so take away a little glare. And all of this right here to the right, all them low clouds, those were those chemtrails just blending in with each other. And you see more right here. I mean, look at these out here. I mean, these are chemtrails. And they go all the way across the sky. I mean, they're all over the place. I might have turned too much light down on the camera because I really can't see them quite as good. Let me turn the light back up. I just want to show you these out there. I mean, this isn't something to laugh at, joke at, make fun of, but look at these. They're all in the horizon. You see them. Okay. There's more further back there. I don't know if my camera's picking it up, but there's more further back. And they do go to over this way. See if I can zoom back a little bit and pick those up. You can see them. Again, what is it? And here, I'm going to aim my camera this way so you can see these ones over here too. And I'll place my camera into the shade a little bit so it don't get cooked by the sun if I can. And be able to zoom back. And show you what's above here. Let's get my camera up. Okay. Right. This is the kind of crud we see in the sky. Now I see big puffy cotton ball clouds out on the horizon. Those are real rain clouds. All this crap up above is just a bunch of chemtrails all blending together. Like I say, they keep flying over the sun, or at least they seem to be trying to fly over the sun, or close to the sun. Let me do this. Here, let's follow that one back. Unleashed my camera so I could follow it back. I gotta. Okay. And that's straight up right here. And I'm following that. That way you can actually see that I'm not bullshitting you. And this other one over here too. Okay. That is a chemtrail also. Okay. There's another smaller chemtrail right here. Straight lines. Chemtrails mixing with the sky, I guess. Or I say these are all mixing together, creating these fake clouds. So what are they hiding? another one behind me. And I'm going to point my camera that way. You can see these funky looking clouds. I mean, these are funky looking clouds. I'll take you down to the real clouds here. I'll take you down to some real clouds. See them clouds out there? Them are puffy rain clouds. Poofy rain clouds. You gotta zoom in on that one. See, when you watch the weather report, this is what the radars pick up, but they don't pick up that thin, nasty, shitty shit up there. So I'm gonna get my camera back on some of these clouds that are, or these chemtrails that are directly above me, and hopefully you guys can watch them spread out, just like I do, into clouds. Okay. That's probably a good setting right there. I need to slide my camera out of the sun because it'll heat up here. And let me do a couple of things here. Well, that's good. That's good. Let's watch them. Observation of the sky. And I tell you, I could almost turn my camera almost in any direction and show you chemtrails. I mean, people want to deny that these are chemtrails, but it's pretty obvious that if it's not, why are these planes able to pollute the sky? I mean, are they polluting it, or are they spraying us with something? Or are they hiding the sky from us? Which is it? I'm curious. I'm curious of why we see this in the sky. And then the government says, oh no, we're not doing that. And there's actually a law that says that they're allowed to experiment on the American people. Isn't that wonderful? Come out here to do boat, but I got so many boat videos, it's crazy. Another thing I've been wanting to do is show how that water reflects the sky, and I actually have a perfect opportunity right now and to show you. I have to move my camera and readjust it, but you know what? I'm going to, because I can always come back to these chemtrails. They're just spreading out more and more. So how you doing? Okay, see the clouds in the water?
Cool.
Those are them.
Maybe this guy made it for us.
And if I go further out,
where are our friends?
that white right there on the shoreline,
Maybe
that's the same thing, reflecting that cloud right there. And you see those big clouds?
Dad, let's go. I'd like the view up here. Yeah, sometimes raccoons come up here and
See the white in the water?
sometimes they do that. That at night time. Sometimes they come here and they jump.
Okay.
Just kind of thing.
It's the same thing,
It's that they do that next time.
reflecting those clouds.
You want to go, Jake and Liam are across the street. You want to go over there and see them? Okay.
And sometimes, and every time, animals let us the animals have a
Let's go back to these clouds up here now. See how they're spreading out? Spreading out, spreading out, spreading out. I'm just going to swing my camera around and show you all these things. There's that one that was just on. You have all these out there in the distance. And you can see how they just blend in. Look at, they're like layers, 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 layers. And that's what they do. They layer them in every direction. And again, got back towards the sun here. Show you how these things just are blending in to the other ones. And it looks like they stopped, started, started their new one. It's the same chemtrail. And you just crap it all the way across the sky. Now look at that. Okay. That's further out in the horizon. So is that. Like I said, they just all blend in together. This will be continued. I have more video go along with this from this observation tower, so I will continue the video on another clip. Alright, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and share. Have a good day.